All right, I'm going to do the review problems that Coach Pfaff put up today. Today is February 11th. And so he has this one formula here. I'm going to put the other two formulas as well, just so they're all there for us. So this one is elastic. This is inelastic. And then this one is typically called recoil, but two items start together and then they end apart. All right, so number one, cart A has a mass of 5 kilograms to the right at 3 meters per second, collides with cart B that has a mass of 5 and is sitting still if cart B moves to the right after the collision with a velocity of 3. What is the velocity of cart A after? So I can see that this is an elastic collision. So I'm going to use m1v1 plus m2v2 equals m1v1 plus m2v2. And then I'm going to start plugging in. So cart A is 5 kilograms. Velocity is 3 to the right, so that's positive 3, plus a mass of 5 kilograms for cart B, and it's sitting still, so that's going to be 0. So they're both 5 kilograms. It says cart A, we're looking for this velocity. This one's also 5, and afterward this one moves at 3. So I can see here that the answer is going to be 0 without even doing any math, because this equals that, so that kind of cancels those two, and so these would have to be equal, and since there's a 5 there, this would have to be 0. So without doing any math, I know that that's going to be 0 meters per second. All right, number 2, cart A with a mass of 3 moves to the right at 6, collides with cart B with a mass of 2, moves to the right at 2. If cart A moves to the right, what is the velocity of B? So this is also elastic. m1v1 plus m2v2 equals m1v1 plus m2v2 after. All right, so cart A is 3 kilograms, moves to the right at 6 meters per second. Cart B is 2 kilograms, moves to the right at 2 meters per second. After the 3 kilogram car, let's see, A moves to the right at 2.8. And it wants to know what B is doing after, so that's going to be V2. All right, so 3 times 6 is 18, plus 4 equals 3 times 2.8 is 8.4, plus 2V, and then 18, 22 equals 8.4 plus 2V, and then subtract 8.4 from both sides. 13.6 equals 2V, divide both sides by 2, is 6.8. All right, and that checks out there. All right, so number 3. Cart A has a mass of 4, moves to the right at 5 meters per second, collides with cart B with a mass of 8, and it has a velocity of 1 meter per second to the right. If cart B moves to the right after the collision with a velocity of 4.2 meters per second, what is the velocity of cart A after? Okay, so this is still elastic. All right, mass of cart A is 4. It's moving to the right at 5. Mass of cart B is 8. It's moving to the right at 1. We repeat the 4. The velocity of cart A after the collision is what we are looking for. The mass of the second one stays the same at 8. And it says that B is moving to the right at 4.2. So we have 28 equals 4v plus 33.6, subtract 33.6 from both sides. The second I do that, I know that this is going to be a negative number, so I should have a negative answer. So 28 minus 33.6 is negative 5.6 equals 4v divide 4. And we get negative 1.4. I don't know, let me double check my plugging in of numbers here. 4 and 5, I got that right. 8 and 1, I got that right. 4, 8 to the right. Okay, so I'm getting negative 1.4 unless my math is wrong somewhere, but 20 plus 8 is 28. 8 times 4.2 is 33.6. All right, so I'm getting a different answer, but he may have made an error, I'm not sure. So, all right, and then the negative sign tells us that it's moving to the left. That's just direction. Okay, number 4. Cart A moves with a mass of 3 kilograms. Okay, sorry. With a mass of 3, moves to the right at 7, collides with B with 2, moves to the left at 3, so that'll be a negative 3. If cart A moves to the left after the collision with a velocity of 1, what is the velocity of B? So this is still elastic. Okay, so 3 and 7 and 2 and negative 3 equals 3 and negative 1 plus 2 and V2. 21 plus negative 6 equals negative 3 plus 2V. Make sure I do 21 minus 6 correctly. 15 equals negative 3 plus 2. I'm going to add 3. 18 equals 2V, divide 2, V equals 9. There you go. Okay. Number 5. All right, this is still elastic. All right, 20 kilograms is the first one. The velocity is right at 5, so it's just positive 5. Collides with this one at 15 kilograms and moves negative 3. 20 is the first mass. The velocity of cart A is what we're looking for. Plus 15 times the velocity on this cart B is going to the right at 6.1, so that's a positive 6.1. All right. I need 1.5. Okay. 55 here. 20V plus 91.5. We're going to subtract 91.5 from both sides. Sorry about the noise. All right, so we're going to get negative 36.5 equals 20V. Divide 20 under that. And we get negative 1.8. Okay, 1.8, whatever. 1.9. Negative 1 point, I got 825. There you go. Okay, number 6. Okay, elastic. Okay, the first mass is 45, moves to the right at 5. The second mass is 12, moves to the left at 4, so negative 4. Cart A moves to the right at a velocity of 1.2 after, so I'm going to put that with the 45. What is the speed and direction of cart B after? So the mass was 12, and we're looking for V2. 45 times 5 is 225, plus 12 times negative 4 is negative 48. 45 times 1.2 is 54, plus 12V2, 225 plus negative 48 is 177, equals 54 plus 12V. Subtract the 54. $123 equals 12V divide 12 and 10.25. Okay, number 7. Okay, so it says what is the velocity of the two carts? So this is inelastic. So it's going to be m1v1 plus m2v2 equals m1 plus m2 times the final velocity. All right, so 5 kilograms moves to the right at 7, collides with a cart of 3 kilograms, moves to the left at 3, so negative 3. And then we're going to add the masses, 5 plus 3, and then VF. All right, so 35 plus negative 9 equals 5 plus 3 is 8 VF. 35 minus 9 is 26 equals 8 VF. Divide 8 by both sides. And you get 3.25. It's 3.6. Okay. Number 8, 4 kilogram fish moving to the right at 4. So it's like one's eating the other one. So this is inelastic. Okay, so 4 kilograms, 4 meters per second to the right, 4 kilograms, 1 meters per second to the right, 4 plus 4, and we're solving for VF. So 16 plus 4 equals 8 VF, so 20 equals 8 VF. Divide 8 by both sides, 20 divided by 8 is 2.5. The answer says 3.1. Again, if somebody can find an error, let me know, but 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 is 16 plus 4 is 20. 4 plus 4 is 8. 20 divided by 8 is 2.5. Okay, that's what I got. All right, number 9. An 8 kilogram cart moves to the right at 2 meters per second and collides inelastically with 6 kilogram cart moving to the left at 6. What is the velocity of two carts after the collision? So inelastic, m1 v1 plus m2 v2 equals m1 plus m2 vf. 8 and 2 plus 6 and negative 6 equals 8 plus 6v. 8 times 2, 16, plus 6 times 6 is, so all of this together is Oops, not plus, subtract.